So let me throw this at you. Before we bring my boy Zander, I believe the Eagles are being targeted by the NFL. This new collective bargaining agreement that they signed a couple of years ago, now all of a sudden they lose a collusion case. Now they want to make sure that, get this, like I said, I'm going to bring Zander up right after this comment here. Imagine this. The commissioner of the league went around telling NFL owners and general managers, here, there is little question. This is the judge's comments. There is little question that NFL Management Council, with the blessing of the commissioner of the National Football League, encouraged the 32 NFL clubs to reduce guarantees in veterans' contracts at the March 22 annual owners' meetings. Do you know what just happened in court 2 days ago? The league lost that collusion case. So 3 weeks ago, the commissioner came out, wants to take the void years away. Now they want teams to temper on the signing bonus. Who has paid more signing bonus money out than the Philadelphia Eagles over the last 5 years? Give me one team. Give me one team. I didn't believe in Eagle targeting. Well, I sure do now. All that being said, guys that are killing it. Love the content on the program, too. It really is. John and him doing a great job. 16 days out from the Chargers, believe it or not, starting up their training camp. That's just a couple weeks away because they got to get ready for the Hall of Fame game there in Canton, Ohio against the Detroit Lions. Without further ado, my boy, Big Z, Zander Krause, joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm starting to believe you guys are being targeted by the league here, man. I mean, this story has not been reported enough. And both the NFL Commissioner's Office and also the Players Association have been quiet on this. So to me, again, you're going around telling teams not to give signing bonuses. Name me another team, Zander, that hasn't given more signing bonus money when it comes to restructuring of contracts than the Philadelphia Eagles.
You're right.
Without those two tools of the signing bonus and the void years, how he doesn't keep that old line intact?
No, you're right. You're right 100%.
I mean, to me, I think they got it in for you guys. I think because Howie has found the Trump code loophole. That's what I call it. He said like the Trump, if you don't like it, Hillary, change it.
Yeah, right. Listen, right? Maybe. I mean, they have given the most money, and it wouldn't surprise me if a bunch of other owners who don't care about winning as much as Jeffrey Lurie cares about winning, wanted to rein in the checkbooks and how much money was being doled out. And Jeffrey Lurie is like, all right, if you guys want to all run away from trying to win, I'm going to run to trying to win. And look at what it's done for Jeffrey Lurie. So it's honestly a good theory by you. I mean, it's a theory, but, I think it makes sense, if look, because that is what Jeffrey Lurie has done. And if the league – see, it's funny. This collusion case really got covered up. Like, I haven't seen it anywhere. And then I saw Mike Florio tweet out something about how basically every media outlet in the country is sweeping this collusion case under the rug. And that's exactly what the NFL wants. And that makes sense. They're all in the NFL's pockets. The NFL makes them all a boatload of money. So they're not going to come out there and bash the NFL. But I wonder if it is a bigger deal than we're making it out to be. I got to ask John about it tomorrow.
How about this? I made a comment about, you and I have been going back and forth on Reed Blankenship and $10 million. And so I started doing this. Well, wait a minute here. The economics of the league are going up so much, and the payments are going up so much that the league is now going to be paying great salaries to good players. Reed's a good player. Is he a great player? No. But, Zander, what I think this is why, and this goes into what we just said, I think what they want to do is start putting caps on a ceiling and a floor like they do in the NHL, because Jalen Hurts signed that contract 2 years ago. He's already the 12th highest paid quarterback. these salaries are going up.
Yeah, and look at the dudes above them. I mean, come on. Some of those dudes don't.
Absolutely not.
By the way, only one of the guys making $50 million has won a Super Bowl.
And you just gave Trevor Lawrence $55 million. He was the highest paid guy in the league, and that guy hasn't done shit. And my point is this. I think the owners are looking at that 51-49 split when it comes to television revenue, and they're seeing this. The economics are growing faster than even what the salary cap is growing, and these salaries are going through the roof. Look at what you're paying now for an edge rusher, $40 million. You're going to drop 35 to 37 for Carter next year.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, that's.
So I think the owners want to stop that. And this is why, again, they're going after the void years and they're going after the signing bonus money, because that will not afford Howie the ability to do this. Well, fuck, I'm just going to restructure, put 2 more years on Lane's deal.
Right.
Do you see Lane Johnson's base salary is?
No, it isn't.
It's like 1.5.
And he's making what, like $25 million?
$25 million a year. Thanks, because they give him all the money up front.
Yeah, Sills, I don't know if you caught Birds 365 the other day when we talked about this, the business of the NFL, business of sports right now. Like, I wonder if there's a breaking point coming. I don't think there is.
Right.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is for the NFL, though.
I think they want to control it. I don't think they're going to break it, but I think, dude, owners want to make more money than anybody else.
Even the MLB for the first time just took a lesser or just lost their TV deal, and now they're going to have to take a lesser deal. The NHL is probably next after their most recent deal is up. Their ratings were down 10% in the Stanley Cup Finals this year. The NBA ratings were down 10% this year in the NBA Finals. So I wonder if look. I like Juan Soto. Boy, that's light too, man. I think he got like 765. I mean, look, great player. At what point does the back break? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But
well, it's the Mets. Who gives a shit? Only Jody cares.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm
writing how people are Mets fans. That would be like, I mean, if you're going to be a New York fan, how the hell are you going to root for the Mets, the Islanders, the Nets? You're
not.
You can't.
Every October, don't forget, Met fan turns his hat inside out, and he's a Yankee fan. Okay, that's what he is. And hey, I'm sending you something here. He gave me this from the Patriots. I want to read something to you here. Okay. All right. So.
Got you. I see it.
Okay. I'm going to read you a scouting report from Keely Ringo, and you tell me if you agree with this.
Uh-oh.
Keely Ringo. This is a scouting report from another organization. Keely Ringo is a young, athletic cornerback with a high ceiling, but some technical inconsistencies. He possesses excellent size and speed and is a physical player, particularly at the line of scrimmage. However, he can struggle with quicker receivers, particularly in man coverage, and needs to improve his overall technique and consistency. He has the potential to be a starting corner, especially in a zone-heavy scheme, but may require time to develop his skills. This is his strengths now. I didn't know this, Zander. Okay, now, I didn't know that he was this fast. Okay, I did not. According to this scouting report from another team, size and speed, Ringo has ideal cornerback build, good size with 4.36 40-yard dash. I didn't know he was a 4.36 guy.
Dude, he's got size, speed, athleticism.
Physicality. He's a physical player at the line of scrimmage, able to jam receivers to disrupt routes. Ball skills. Ringo has good ball skills and can make plays on the ball when in phase. Zone coverage. He shows good instincts and vision in zone coverage. Tackling. Ringo is willing and effective tackler, using his size and strength to bring down ball carriers. Potential. With development, he is and has the potential to be a high-level starting cornerback. That's a great read. Now, here's his weaknesses. Ringo's coverage technically needs improvement, particularly his footwork and ability to stay in phase with receivers, to stay on the route. Quickness. He could struggle with quicker, more agile receivers, especially in man coverage. Consistency. Ringo's play can be inconsistent with lapses in technique and decision-making. I think that comes with more reps, that he'll get better on that. Processing. He can be slow to process routes and react in changes of direction, which can lead to separation of receivers. That means really great route runners can kind of disrupt them. But again, I think that comes with reps. Handsy. At times, he can be grabby and relies on holding when he's out of position. Overall, here's the synopsis of this team. Ringo's a prospect with significant upside due to his physical tools and potential for growth. However, he needs to refine his technical, improving his consistency to reach his full potential. His best fit may be in a scheme that utilizes his strength, particularly his size, speed, and physicality, while minimizing his weaknesses. What'd you make of that scouting report on him?
Sounds like a good player that has upside but hasn't realized his potential yet. I mean, some of those things that were knocks on him or were deficiencies, I think, are things that over time he can improve at. You know what I mean? You're not a consistent player. A coach like Vic Fangio will help you from rep to rep, get that, at bay. Remember, when you have an athletic guy that's, let's be real, most of Keely Ringo's life, he's probably been taller than most people, faster than most people, and more physical than most people, stronger than most of them. So he's been able to get away with some of that. And then when you start to line up against pros, some of those things can bite you on a play-to-play basis. That's where the inconsistency comes in. So I think he just has to find his fundamentals and get to it. But I think that was a good report. I mean, I can't be upset at that report, can you?
No way. As a matter of fact, I'm more encouraged.
I think that's a good thing.
Don't you think most of those deficiencies really are just due to lack of reps?
Yeah, I do. I think most of them can be answered.
I mean, again, but here's the one problem you guys.
I mean, this is what I don't want to hear, though. Guys too slow won't be able to run with NFL wide receivers. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean?
We're not hearing that here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can live with inconsistency. I don't want to hear that you don't have to trade. This guy's too small. He can't line up with an NFL wideout. This guy's too weak. He can't line up with the A.J. Browns and the Justin Jeffersons of the world. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, right. I don't want to hear that.
Well, here's the one thing, though, that you're going to have to be. Don't you agree then? For Keely Ringo, it's going to be, is he going to grab it quick? Is he going to grab it slower? Is it going to be next year? How much patience do you think the Eagles are going to have with him? Like, do you think that they're going to give him the year to sit there and develop? Or do you think they're going to be in a position right now? Because, Zander, they believe they have a window this year, right? They believe they have a window.
That, yeah. They should believe that.
Okay, well then, how long of a rope are you giving him?
Yeah, the rope is a different question than how long will the developmental process be? Because the rope signifies if I reach the end of the rope, I need to make a move to keep us in contention. If you have a longer, period of time where you're going to give the guy time to develop, that's a different question. You might be okay if he doesn't develop fully because you might not feel like you need to make a move. But I think Sills, it is his third year. It's not like he's a rookie, So I don't think it's really long. I think it's 8 weeks,
So do you think Adoree Jackson is like the security blanket for the Eagles if this thing don't work out?
Mm-hmm. Maybe even quicker, by the way. 8 weeks is long. I mean, if he stinks for 8 weeks, let's be real. We're in Philly. If he stinks for 1 week, people will be calling for Adoree week 2.
Yeah. Well, and they might yank him in that.
I don't know if it'd be that early, but I do think he's going to have to take.
I'm with you.
Quick.
I think they'll at least give him a month. Now, if he's just getting waxed out there, I think they're not going to do that. But okay. So let me read you Mauro Jomos now. I'm going to do one every day because I got one tomorrow. I'm going to do Nolan Smith and I'm going to do Jalix Hunt. My friend gave me these reports on him. So here's Mauro Jomo. Strong hands, high motor, and ability to shed blocks. particularly in the run game. He's a powerful player with good initial burst off the snap. He can struggle with lateral movement and bending on the edge. While he plays with good leverage and balance, he may need to add more mass to be able to absorb the double teams. And I'll get to that because you guys brought something up. I mean, he is 285. He's going against guys that are going to be 350 minimum when you're talking tackles. Here's his strengths. Ajomo plays with a relentless effort, fighting with blocks and pursuing to the ball carrier. Strong hands and shedding ability. He's effectively uses his hands to disparage guards and blockers and the pass rush and run. Great leverage balance. He plays with great leverage. Initial burst, he has it. Run defense. He shows potential to be an effective run defender with ability to shed and get off blocks. That's a great sign. I don't believe that, but this is what a team thinks of him. Now, here's his weaknesses. Lateral agility. I completely agree with this. Ajomo could struggle with lateral movement, making it difficult to pursue the plays and sideline to get around blocks. His bend flexibility. He lacks the flexibility and bend to consistently win as a pass rusher off the edge. Functional strength. While powerful, he needs to add more mass and strength for anchoring double teams. Pass rush moves. He's got a variety of them, but he has overly refined his pass rush. He hasn't. Processing. He can occasionally hesitate with processing misdirection, potential leading to lost plays, which means he can be faked out by influence plays. Like if you have an influence block one way, he hasn't seen enough playing time to not know that they're trying to get him out of position to scoop and slip him and come backside. What's the one thing? What'd you make of that report first?
Yeah, it's right. I mean, that's what we're expecting with Morrow, right? Coming in, I think we need him to take those next steps. And I don't think that report was off. I mean, it sounds right to me. Yeah.
I don't think it's what do you think the most important thing last year that Josh Sweat and Milton Williams did? They set the edge, dude.
Right.
Look at what happens here, Zander. When you
Did Milton Williams set the edge, though?
Bro, you were number one in the NFL.
Yeah, but was that Milton?
Well, who played the edges? One guy was on one side, one guy was on the other side.
Josh Sweat played one edge and Nolan Smith or Brandon Graham or, played the other edge.
Well, I think it was Milton and it was Josh who were out there setting edges. Those guys are off ball. They're off the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much Milton
more
set the edge last year, dude. I might be wrong, but I don't remember Milton was setting the edge much last year.
Well, you had your nose tackle. You had Milton over on the right side.
So he was playing what, 4-eye technique on the inside of the tackle's arms?
Yeah. I mean, you had in the middle, you had a nose, then you had Josh, then you had Milton, and the two guys in the middle in there were Davis and Carter, right?
Yeah, but Milton wasn't on the outside.
Dude, well, he was left defensive end.
No, he wasn't.
What did he play then?
No, he played defensive tackle.
Dude, you played a nose tackle.
Dude, he weighed a 50 front.
You play okay. Well, then that means he's playing on the he's left defensive. The guy Moro Jomo's taking his role. Moro Jomo's playing left defensive end.
No, he wasn't. That was Graham. It was BG, and then it was Nolan.
Brandon Graham was the strong side outside linebacker.
I don't think Milton really set the edge much. I can't like. I don't like
the outside line. Brandon played strong side linebacker. Your edge rushers are your weak and you're strong. And
no, I know what you're saying. I'm not dismissing that.
I know. I'm just saying your guys on the outside were Josh and were Graham.
I mean, I thought when I think of Milton Williams, I never thought of him as that at all. Like I would think of him as he capitalized on the one-on-one reps he got because Carter, Davis, Sweat, all the other guys were eating up the remaining guys, and he was getting one-on-ones, and he was taking people to school and getting after the quarterback. I never viewed him as an edge setter type of dude.
Well, again, the left defensive end last year for your defense in that base was Milton. He played left defensive end last year. That was your front.
Dude, are you mixing him with somebody?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Well, who's Moro Jomo taking the place of?
Milton.
Okay, well, right now on your depth chart, Milton Williams playing left defensive end.
So what would Jalix Hunt be playing?
Strong side linebacker. And that front, that's what he's based. That's what your base is right now. Okay? Here. Let's go to your depth chart. It's very, I mean, here's your depth chart. This is your depth chart that you have right now. Here's your depth chart. Here.
No, I'm not trying to argue with you on it. I'm trying to get the truth. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Your left defensive end right now is Moro Jomo. Your nose tackle is Jordan Davis. Your right defensive end is Jalen Carter. Your will linebacker is Nolan Smith. Your strong side backer right now is Azeez Ojulari. Your edges are your outside LBs in this base 34 front. Now, you're right when you go and you're talking about 5 front, bare front, and you're talking about Nick. Yeah. You're right. Those guys aren't out there. But your outside linebackers are the strong side and will side. That's what a 34 is. So my point is, look how great you guys were. Remember what you said the first 2 weeks of the season when you said Bryce Huff is just getting mashed down in. He was stopping pursuit. The things that those guys did a year ago. Look at this. They set the edge.
I know.
And get this. The nose played great. So where are you running the ball, Zander? Where the fuck? Now, when you get collapsed, you got freedom to run anywhere.
Right.
The biggest thing that Jalix Hunt and Moro Jomo have to do this year, okay, is set that edge. Fuck the pass rushing. I don't care.
See, I don't think of it. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree that that's the most important thing. But do you think that's going to be Moro Jomo's role? He's not good at that.
No, I think
he's a pass rush guy.
Bro, I think all these guys are going to have to play a massive role in setting that edge out there.
I know, but I think set the edge. I think Nolan. I think Jalix. Set the edge.
Boy, man, really, that's a big ask for 2 guys that have not played 17 games in their entire life. As a starter. I mean, that's a lot, Zander. Wow. As a matter of fact, let me go here with this. I wrote this here to you. So Keely, Ringo, and Slay, are you going to expect like a massive drop-off from that, Zander, or are you going to expect Keely, like I just read his report to you,
no.
Do you think that that's going to be more? And by the way, I'm not ripping the kid because I really do like that report that I got from this.
Yeah,
this
look,
team.
You can like the player while also understanding that he hasn't proven it yet, on the field of play, which is where it matters. So, no, I don't think he's going to be an upgrade. The one spot I could see an upgrade is Sweat. As good as he was when he was on the field, he wasn't on the field
more physical.
A whole lot. Yeah, well, no, he wasn't on the field a lot. He wasn't on the field that much. Like, I don't think Keely Ringo is going to be coming off the field as much as Slay came off the field if he can play. Now, will he be as good? I don't think so. I mean, you're talking about, I don't know how many time All-Pro with Darius Slay. This guy's obviously a very good football player. So I don't think he's going to be better, but will he be competent enough to not be – I don't know. John made a good point. I'm like, I don't think he'll be a liability. I forget who we were talking about. I'm like, I don't think he'll be a liability. He's like, yeah, well, I got news for you. Super Bowl teams don't have guys that aren't liabilities. They have good players, all right? He can't be just not a liability. He's got to be a good player.
Let me ask you about him. Was he on that national champion, Nick Saban's last national title team?
Who?
Keely Ringo?
No, he was a Georgia guy.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, but he did win at Georgia.
Okay, so he played back there in that secondary. He played back there with that.
He was a boss at Georgia, man. He was a damn good player. I remember that year that he was at Georgia and Alabama played them. We didn't even throw at him.
He played at those 2 national title teams?
I think so, yeah. I'd have to look at both if he was there for multiple. Because remember, he left school pretty early. Or he was at least really young. Keely Ringo, national champion. He did have an interception, I think, in one national championship.
So, there's another guy here that doesn't have a lot of losses in his career.
Remember, he won. He got the interception against Alabama in the Natty Chip.
That's pretty impressive. Jalix Hunt is going to take Josh Sweat's role, right?
Who would?
Jalix Hunt.
Yeah, I think it would be Nolan, and then Jalix would take Nolan's role late in the year last year.
See,
I think Nolan's got to be the top guy.
See, to me, Nolan's got to play on the weak side. You
Well,
can't.
that's
play,
probably there. Yeah, and you know what? Then you're probably right. They're probably going to keep him on that side.
yeah.
I don't think they're going to move him to
No.
the other side. Where
See,
or where
and on the current depth chart in the building right now, they've got Nolan at the will, which is
yeah, because remember when Jalic came in last year, he did come in on that side as well.
So he's got to do Josh Sweat's role, right? Does that mean you're expecting him to play 800 snaps?
Dude, that's a lot of snaps, but I think so, yeah. I mean,
how do you feel about that?
I think that's a lot, but I mean, look, that's the nature of the beast coming in this year. You know, the Eagles made decisions that they weren't going to bring everybody back. There are pros and there are cons. Last time they got burnt by bringing too many back and expecting the same result, it didn't work. Now we're putting more stock in younger players that have to develop and get on the football field. If they don't play well, it's going to be a big issue. If he plays good, it's not going to be an issue at all.
Do you think that this could be the biggest gap of all the replacements, Steen and Becton?
Biggest gap?
Yeah. Talent gap. Or do you think it's Slay and Ringo?
Yeah, I think it's – what about Makuba?
Makuba and CJ, okay? Because here's the replacement. Keely, Ringo, Slay, Hunt, Sweat.
Right.
Makuba is CJ. Jomo's Milton. Steen is Becton.
Right.
Which of those do you think is the biggest?
Yeah, I think probably Steen. I don't know. I think probably Steen and Becton. But I don't know. That's tough. What do you think about that?
Man, that Slay role. You know, after reading that, boy, I'll tell you, after reading that scouting report on Keely Ringo, I didn't know that he was that good. Or how about this? I'll take it back. The word I hate the most. I didn't know he had all that potential. But you know what bugs me about that potential? So you have all that potential. You haven't been able to get on the fucking field? I mean, damn, dude. You've got all those things people saying that about you, and you haven't been able to get on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even get on the field over Isaiah Rodgers. I mean, come on now, man. I mean, I don't know.
You see these videos coming out today, by the way, of Cooper DeJean again?
What's he doing? Is he doing the hoochie dance?
His whole WIP and Jason Kelsey are down there in Sea Isle. And wait a second. This dude's chugging beers. He's shirtless. Hugh Douglas is talking to him about his DMs. He's running across.
Oh my God.
He's running across floats on the water and shit. I'm like, boy, the Eagles front office got to be looking at that, stressing out, man. I mean, Jimmy Brown's there too, by the way.
Hold on. What is this on? Is this on
I forget
Twitter?
where I saw it. Somebody from WIP posted it because it's their event. It's they're doing the event.
Hold on here. I got to.
They pay $10 million to the Eagles, by the way, for their events. Everybody.
Oh,
$10 million a year is what it costs to be the official partner of the Eagles.
Look at Cooper DeJean with his shirt off. Holy crap! This guy. Look at this guy. Look at it.
Listen, look. Jay Brown says, Jay Brown, I'm with you, bro. Jay Brown says, let the boy live. But Jay Brown, let me ask you something, all right? Look, I'm with you, man. Live it up. You're 22 years old. You're a star. You're Super Bowl pick. All this, all the, you know me. I love all the good stuff. But is there not the littlest, slightest inkling of concern of, hey, young man.
Come on, dog.
We're 26 days out from a training camp, my friend. I mean, come on, man.
He's gunning beers.
I mean, listen, it's all fun and games, but I want to win another Super Bowl. You know?
Holy shit, this guy's gunning beers. 26 days out,
dude. Probably like some like goofy seltzer or something. I don't know, Kyle.
Hey, he's gunning beers. 26 days out from training camp, chasing hoochie mamas. I mean, this guy thinks he's in Iowa. Hey, dog,
you're not. He's a stud, man. You're
not in redneck Iowa, man.
But Philly, he lives up to the billing, man. I mean, like you talk about a star. That guy's got stars seeping out of his pores.
Love this guy. Are you kidding me?
He's a stud. He's a stud.
Hey, real quick, Zander. I was with you. I didn't watch one fucking second of the damn NBA draft last night. But I do say this to you: something's messed up in our country. When a white guy goes number one. And we got a white chick. And we had a white chick that's #1 in the WNBA.
Not a
Something
Euro
missed.
either, by the way. This is no European white dude.
No, this is a white dude.
Yeah,
Cooper
this is an
Flag.
American white dude.
And by the way, I gotta be careful when I say Cooper Flag. I mean,
Cooper Flag and Cooper DeJean. It's like a white boy. The white boys are running right now.
It's like the invasion of the white guys.
And wait, no, I will say this: that Cooper Flag kid, man, that kid.
He's a player.
That kid's
he's
a
player.
That kid's a player, man. Yeah, he's a player.
I got a couple NFL questions for you before we get to some of the. Hey guys, supers, please. We'd love to have them here for you, and also please hit the like button here. All right, Bills or Ravens to take on your Eagles in the Super Bowl?
Bills. I got Bills this year. Everybody's riding the Ravens pine. They're a better roster, a better team, and all the things on the paper would say take the Ravens. For that reason, I'm going to take the Bills. I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills.
MVP. You in on Joe Burrow?
Is his defense any better? Can't win the MVP if you don't make the playoffs.
No.
Joe Burrow was arguably the MVP of the league last year. I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay.
I do think he'll have an MVP worthy season though, but I don't know if he'll get the actual award.
Do the Eagles break the 21-year hex on the NFC East?
Yes. Yep.
Do they
100%.
break the 10-year hex on a team winning their division, winning their conference?
Ooh, that's tough hex too. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Does Caleb Williams go for 4K and 30 TDs this year?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I think that kid's got the talent, and he does have the coordinator that even if it doesn't look good, he might walk his way into 4K.
So let me ask you, when you guys say sacks don't matter, okay?
Well, I don't think sacks don't matter. I understand the context of they're not everything.
Okay. So what do you think that Trey Hendrickson's going to get on the open market for 17.5 sacks?
Well, that was acknowledged. See, you're pulling snippets. That was acknowledged today that you get paid on sacks.
Oh, so if they don't matter, though, I mean,
okay, no, they matter, but they don't.
What do you think, TJ Watt?
Wait a second. Yes, to get paid, sacks are the #1 metric for a defensive end, 100% without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay.
Why was the two-time leader in the NFL, the leading sack artist, Trey Hendrickson, and he was a part of literally a pile of trash cans as a defensive unit? Doesn't that prove that they're not everything?
No, that's because that team's not very good. He's good.
They had 19 sacks, and he's one of the worst defenses in the league.
Well, it's not his fault.
Well, the sacks clearly didn't do that much then.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a unit. It's not a player.
Well,
I mean, there goes that conversation again. You have the Bengals. And you know what? He can only worry. What is Nick Saban? I thought you being an Alabama guy, you would have understood this better than anyone. What does Nick tell you? Take care of your own sandbox. Take care of your own sandbox. It's all you can control.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Nobody better at it than him.
I mean, take care of your own sandbox, dude. Well, he does take care of his sandbox.
Yeah, but there is different ways to do it. You remember Hassan Reddick in 2023?
Hassan Reddick was on a team that was #2 in defense in the NFL.
The team had an issue. No, that was 22. Team had an issue with Hassan Reddick in 23 because he came back off the pass, and all he wanted to do was go out and get a sack.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Was Hassan Reddick a different ball player in 23 than he was in 22?
Well, it was a different type of year for sure, but yeah, he was.
He was the same ball player he was in 22.
No, he wasn't.
The defense was different. You didn't have Gardner Johnson. You couldn't cover a cold. And your defensive line was giving up 145, according to Ruben Franks, per game for 10 games. The defense was just not the same. The defense in 22 had Linval Joseph, they had Dominican Sue, they had all them. They were good up front. It was a different unit. Dude, that's why I say, when you talk about players in the league, dude, it really does come down to organizations. You know, a player can't control what a unit does.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
That's why the Eagles have done the best job. Hey, by the way, one last one here. I brought this up this morning on the Tampa show, and I say this. There's two teams right now in the last 5 years that have been the best organizations in football. It's Eagles and Chiefs. Okay? You think the Bucs are third? The last 5 years.
No.
Well, here, wait. They've won 5 division titles. They've won a Super Bowl, and they've won an NFC championship in that time frame. And they've won 51 ball games. Who's better?
You might be right.
Rams, maybe, right? Rams, maybe.
Rams, Baltimore, although they don't have the top end success, they do have the consistent success. When's the last time the Bills lost? When's the last time the Bills lost their division?
Oh, the Bills haven't. I think the Bills have won 5 in a row too. But again, the over like 49ers, maybe they've been to 2
maybe 49ers, maybe Bucks. You're right, maybe Bucks.
So wouldn't you put the top 5 programs, top 5 football teams, Kansas City, Philly, because Kansas City's been to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. They've got 3 wins. The Eagles have been to 2 and got 1 win. They're second for sure.
Wait, did the Bucks get Brady the year after, or did the Bucks get Baker the year after Brady left, or did they have a year layoff?
They had the 8-9 year. They won the division still. But then Brady retired after that because Dak went down there. They beat the doorknobs off him. Yeah. And then Baker came in, I think, in 22. I think he came in. But when you put these in order here, it would be KC, Eagles, Bucks, Rams, 49ers. The best organizations in the last 5 years.
I think you're pretty close. I think that's pretty good.
You could switch the Rams and the Bucks if you wanted, because I like the Rams' success because the Rams won the Super Bowl 4 years ago too. I mean, they won an NFC championship.
Yeah, right. And they've won a lot of games. They've won a lot of games.
And they've done so. If you wanted to flip them, would you put the Niners in the top 5?
Probably, right?
Yeah, they've been to 2 Super Bowls in 5 years.
When's the last time they won, though, man?
Oh, 90.
Seifert, right?
Yes, 94 is the last time they won a Super Bowl. They've been to 2 under Kyle Shanahan. They've been to 3, actually, with Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh went. Kyle Shanahan has been to 2, I think, in the last decade. So they've been to 3, and they've lost all 3. Before they were 5-0. Now they're 5-3 in Super Bowls. Man, are you concerned about all this outside noise with the Eagles?
No. I think the team is a really good mindset. I mean, I think to Howie's credit, I think the best thing he's done in the last 4 or 5 years is not only draft good players, but draft the right players. And you draft guys. There's certain dudes that I'm sure everybody experiences in any facet of life, but certainly in pro sports, where certain dudes are driven and built and motivated by different things. You heard Nolan Smith today, and they asked him about, or he was on a podcast, I think it was on with Cooper DeJean actually, and they asked him about like the ring, getting the ring, and he's like, dude, I don't care about the ring. Like that season is over. The ring commemorates that season, but I'm not looking forward to the ring. I'm looking for the next season. We have a new year, a new team, a new goal, a new mission, and a new thing to tackle. You hear the same thing with Jalen Hurts. You heard the same thing with Nick Sirianni in the locker room. I mean, I think
that's the proper mentality.
Yeah, and it's rare, but it is championship mentality. AJ Brown said the same thing. I won the Super Bowl, and I just kept looking. It didn't satisfy me. The work satisfies me. Devontae Smith, same thing. So I think you have a collection of talent right now. Even Jalen Carter. By the way, did you hear Jalen Carter's recent comments?
No.
About the contract?
No. What did he say?
He echoed kind of that, when my time comes, I'm going to get paid, but I also want to win more than I want to be the highest paid player in the league. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to take $20 million.
No.
But it might mean he might not take 40 and he might take 34 with a team-friendly deal and a lot of money up front.
Well, he's in a pretty comfortable zone when you're whacking players for him, and now you're he's sitting there, and that's one thing to go like this. Hey, man, when it comes, and you're getting rid of every guy in the defense, the number 1 defense for you. Hey, they're doing that for you, son.
And that's not all because of him.
Oh, okay. Who? Reed Blankenship?
What do you mean, Cooper DeJean? He's got to buy a mansion down the shore somehow. Big Cells.
You think they're going to pay him $25 million?
Cooper Shiesty?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? That guy will retire an Eagle.
Holy shit. That guy may retire.
This dude, Cooper Shiesty's walking up and down the parkway, dude, like he runs it. He hasn't left the tri-state area since the Super Bowl. This guy's from Iowa, born and raised, goes to college there, and he hasn't left the tri-state. This dude is a freaking celebrity in these parts, dude. He is going nowhere.
Let me tell you what this guy reminds me of. The first time he takes somebody to a strip club, and he's in the strip club, and he sees all the mamas on stage doing it, and he's like, wow, look at this. This is unbelievable. Dude, I'm telling you, he better not. There's no way he has a girlfriend. There is no.
I think he does, apparently.
Oh, my God. How in the world? I would have dumped her immediately after I won that Super Bowl. Yeah, if not, she better be in a prom
relationship and he wants to get married to her, then rock it out. I'm not going to tell you.
Hey, let me tell you what I did. So after I got signed by the Bucks, I went up.
You're married 40 years. You don't know what the fuck.
No.
You don't remember it.
No, check this out. Listen to this. Oh, I know.
Your wife's in the other room calling bluff on your bullshit right now.
No, she'll tell you this is true. So I go up. I was supposed to marry this chick. And I was supposed to marry. Got her a ring, everything. My grandfather's sitting at the dinner table. This is a true story. So we're sitting at the dinner table just like this. My grandfather looks over at this girl, and I won't name her name. God, she's a good chick and all, but my grandfather goes like this. You don't really think he's going to marry you, do you? And I'm sitting there going like, this really, hey, wait. I'm going like, she goes, yeah, the invitations have gone out. The ring, I got the ring. And I'm like.
You proposed to this chick?
Oh, no, we had the whole fucking thing set up. The dress was, she got married in the dress I got her. Not to me, though, but listen, wait a minute. So my grandfather, she used the ring that I gave her. So wait a minute, I'm going like this. Look, I got her like a 2-3 carat ring, whatever it was. So I'm going like this. Yeah, I think we have to have a talk. She got, yeah, just like that. It was terrible. And then I met, because that's.
And then you met Kimbo.
My wife is, she's listening. And I met her, and I go, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going with the prom queen.
Your wife sat your ass down on the couch and said, sit down, shut up. You're not fucking.
I had dated that girl for 5 years, too. 5 years. My grandfather looked right at her and goes, you don't really think he's marrying you, do you?
Wait, she keep the ring or she give it back?
Yeah, she kept the ring, the dress.
Oh, man.
The dress was like $6,000, the whole thing, man. Holy cow, this thing was big dough.
Geez, you leave with your Corvette too for crying out loud.
No. But my grandfather goes like this. Think about it. How much you spend on the ring? I go about $3-4 grand. Because what you spend on the dress? I go like this, about $5 grand. What you spend on the invitations? I go about $2,500. He goes, think of this way. You got off light.
Yeah. 10 G's. 10 G's is light.
Hey.
I'm with Marquise. He says, I want my stuff back. Yeah, honey.
I didn't have the balls to ask for it back.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I didn't have the cojones to do it. All right, let's get to a couple of these supers. Guys, throw some more supers at us here. Get this. Hold on. What was it?
Oh, man.
I'm not going to comment on that one, but she's right.
Elizabeth, we all have those phases as men. I think every man has those phases.
Dude, she's right, though, man.
Just start fucking spending on toys. You don't even look at the price tags.
Bro, wait a minute. I had an American Express Gold Card. I had, I had a Diners Club. I had everything on the Zander. I'm walking into places like this. Like I'm Cooper DeJean. I'm like,
no wonder you love Cooper DeJean so much. You're living vicariously through Cooper DeJean.
That's exactly what I did. I went down to Jones Beach. I went down to all these places in New York. I'm doing this.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine Sileo.
Oh my God. I had money. Man. I had money like a fool too, man. I did. Get this. I had a Corvette. I had a Lotus Esprit. I had a Maserati. I had a Porsche. I had 4 cars all at once.
Surprised you had a German car.
Yeah, that Porsche, I loved it.
Yeah, Porsche's best.
Holy cow, man! Let's get to some of these supers here.
I'm an American guy, Sills. I give me a Cadillac. Give me
You're an American guy.
Give me a Mustang. Give me a Charger or a Challenger. Give me American muscle, baby. Come on, Sills.
GTO, right?
Huh?
I had a Corvette. And now nothing.
You
You know that? Hey, you know that commercial? What's in your wallet? Nothing.
Yeah, right. I don't even remember what it feels like to buy something, Elizabeth. JD, Sill's been defending loser teams and loser players all offseason. I wouldn't pay Trey Hendrickson $5 after seeing Fred Johnson bully his ass.
Okay, hey, JD3, what do you think Trey Hendrickson's going to get, though, in the open market?
I don't know. He's in Cincinnati. Probably not much more than 5.
30 million? 30 million? No, not there. He ain't playing there. They're going to trade his ass and someone's going to sign him for 30. Loser player? Well, that loser player is going to make 30. How you doing, JD3? Fred stuffed him, and he's still going to make 30.
El Camino. Marquis says, give me a Benz. I don't know. I like Benz. They've grown on me.
I owned a Benz before.
Huh?
I owned a Benz and a Beamer.
I had a Mustang back in the day. Before I had my truck, that's what I was driving.
My wife loves Mustangs. I think
Dude, are you kidding me? It's my favorite car. Also, I like the Shelbys a lot more than I like the regulars. But I used to have a convertible. I would drive down to Cape May, dude. Fucking fresh out of college. I had my own business. I was making a little bit of hay, making a little bit of moolah. Dropped the top. I was riding through Cape May like my shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I drove one of those Cobra Jets once. Hey, guys, I really appreciate these supers coming in. Thank you, guys. Hey, listen. Hey, dude, let me tell you this. I drove one of those Cobra Jets once. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're
those 427s.
Yeah, I know. My uncle builds them.
A couple of my friends had them down in Florida, down in Miami.
Yeah.
Those Shelby Cobra Jets are insane.
Look, Jack says I'm a truck guy. Jack, I'm in a truck now. I'm bored, bro. I want to get out there. But I got kids coming one day, Jack. I don't know when I'll ever be able to shred the roads again. I got to get out there. I got to bang some gears, Jack. Come on, man. East Coast Rico says, give me y'all fave player for each NFC East team. All right, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels on Commanders, CeeDee Lamb on Dallas, and Dexter Lawrence on New York.
I like that. I'll go Cooper DeJean, Eagles. Yeah, I'll go Cooper DeJean, Eagles. I will go Jaden Daniels, Washington. Cowboys. I'm going to go Dak.
Oh, my gosh.
And then New York, I'm gonna go Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, he's an obvious in New York.
Yeah, I love that guy. Yes. That'd be my lineup.
There you go. Not bad. Brian Fleming checking in. What up, B Flem? He says,
thank you guys for these supers. Keep them coming.
Why did Grandpa not like that floozy? Did he say why? Also, my bad, Sills. I was thinking Tyrone Hughes, not Will Shields. Same class, 93.
Yeah, no, I made the comment that.
Wait, you got to answer why Grandpa didn't like the floozy.
Well, she wasn't a floozy, but.
Sounds like she was a floozy.
No, she wasn't.
Or maybe she was smart. Maybe she took your 10 G's and walked in and walked out.
No, listen. Actually, Jimmy let me live with her when I was at Miami.
Oh, come on, a Catholic living with his wife pre-marriage?
My grandfather.
Oh, come on in, Betty. How do you let this happen in, Betty?
Wait a minute. So get this. Wait. So my grandmother goes like this. Yeah, I'm staying. I'm living with her. And she goes, where are you sleeping, under the bed? So I could. I was like, yeah. So where are you sleeping?
I was gonna say, Aunt Betty wouldn't allow that to happen. You had to
wait a second. I got a better one for you. So my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she goes up with my grandfather. She's got these pills on the table, and so in front of my grandmother, she's like, she takes his pill, puts it in her mouth, and my grandmother goes, "Oh, what's that?" And of course, Kim didn't know any better. She goes, "That's birth control pill." She goes, "Oh." And I had a conversation after that. I had a conversation after that.
Oh man, that makes me queasy. I don't like that.
Hey,
Fredo says, good.
Just saying, my grandparents were very yeah. I mean,
I don't have many rules. I didn't grow up with strict parents. I don't have many rules. That's one rule I wouldn't be allowed to do.
I know this. I brought one chick.
You will not move in with your woman until you are married, young man. That is a rule I have to live by.
I remember this. I brought a chick home once. My grandmother goes, she was in the next room. Don't you ever bring anything like that over to this house ever again. That was the last time I had that conversation. So yeah, they were pretty strict with me like that. I never swore in my grandfather's house. Really? Here I swear like I'm John McMullen.
You guys are Italians. I don't believe it. Alfredo says Smitty was franchise record for postseason. Postseason yards?
For what? I thought the guy who had the most
no, he's saying Smith has it now. I don't know. I have to look that up. Alfredo's saying
postseason yards today, over who? Amendola?
Postseason yards.
How could he have it over Edelman and Amendola and them guys who were in 4? Can't have that.
JD3 checks in. Whoever gives 30-plus-year-old Trey $30 million needs to pay Fred Johnson $60 million while they're making bad decisions.
Hey, get this. They're going to pay him, guy.
JD, I like that take.
They just gave these guys are going to – they gave Hassan Reddick $14.5 million in Tampa for 1 sack. He had 1 sack with the Jets, and he was walking around with a hula hoop, and he was walking around in like Japanese garb. He was trying to try out for Godzilla. Come on, man. This guy thought he was going to get a role in the new Godzilla movie.
Here's Twiz. Did you download the app? We need you in football shape. Davis is showing you up number. Put down the cannoli.
I saw the video already. I downloaded the app already, Twiz. Kiss my –
Yo, Twiz. This is Sileo. He had his feet kicked up on the sofa after work. He had a Corona in one hand or a margarita or whatever the hell he was drinking. He downloads this app. He takes one single look at day one, and he says, yeah, I ain't doing all that. Closes it out and starts sipping on his drink.
No, that's not what I did. I looked at the ones where you could do your exercises in bed. Remember he said I could do my exercises in bed. So that's the one I looked at.
Sill's been defending loser teams and loser players all offseason. I wouldn't pay Trey Hendrickson. Oh, no, we already read that.
But get this, JD3. At the end of the day, dude, they're going to.
Dude, you gotta move on. I got Cole in the green room. We got 20 chats. Yo, JD3, I love you. We're not getting you twice. Holy crap. Kyle says New York teams represent the state a train wreck. Yeah, I agree, Kyle. A train wreck. They just elected a socialist, I think, too, in the city. Kyle Kokorski says, Sills, I'm actually in favor of the transfer portal. I went to high school with this guy named Joel Caleb, who was buried at the depth chart at Virginia Tech, and he was a '1 recruit in VA.
I do love it too. Zander, what do you make of your Bama program, man? You think they're going to be?
I think, in the season last year, I was hard on them because I'm just so used to Saban, and it's hard to set a standard. But I do understand that whenever a coach of that magnitude or a person in an organization of that magnitude leaves, it doesn't just get fixed right away. And I think I'm going to give DeBoer another year. Like, let me see what he does with the team now. Year one is tough. Let's see what he can do in year 2. But I don't think we're going to be as powerhouse. That's just the reality. I
think Neil has changed the room for everybody.
Yeah, right. Kyle again says, imagine growing up a house with 20 Sillses. That's my family. Good night.
Hey, I will tell you that in my family,
20
we had a bunch of lunatics. I will tell you that, man. I mean, whoever hollered the loudest whoever won the hollered the loudest, I think without a doubt won the argument. I think Jason's having some trouble checking in with us here.
Yeah, he is. I can see that. The camera's not working on him. I'm not sure. I can try and call him once I get off.
Yeah, if you can you hook me up here, Xander?
Yeah, I'll do it. One more super chat and we'll get to him. Okay. East Coast says,
guys, thank you guys so much.
Sills, when you and J-Mac face off, say stop it to J-Mac as your first words.
Yeah. Why
East
would
Coast,
I want to
what
do
I'm
that?
thinking? I'm modifying the Sileo and McMullen contracts to add, you must have a segment a week together, and I don't care if you want to kill each other. I got money to make, I got views to generate, and I got things to do. All right?
That's freaking unbelievable. I love that. Here, Xander's like, I don't care if you want to kill each other.
Which you probably will.
No, not me, because you know why? I'm the more level-headed one.
Oh. Both of you were right in the face on that famous post-game show.
Hey, you know what we're going to do? Because Jason Cole is plugged into this. Before I leave you, Xander, this collusion case that the NFL lost. So I'm going to ask Jason, how come?
I want to hear what Jason.
And get this too. And get this, Mike Florio, just like you said, this has been one of the most swept under stories across the media page, because nobody wants to go against the NFL on this. Again, they lost the collusion case, and it's really got a lot to do with upfront money. Remember, what really started this too, Zander? Remember the COVID year? They didn't have a cap that year.
Right.
So you know what that did? That allowed teams to spend like drunken sailors. And they didn't have to have a salary cap.
Yeah.
And I think
there's a lot of owners who don't want to win. And this is probably, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they wanted to put a cap on what people are making. Now, I don't really know the whole nature of the story. That's why I'm going to listen to what Jason has to say. But I will say this: if you're not super plugged into NFL media, like we are, where we're researching the stuff every day because it's our life, you didn't hear about this story. It hasn't been talked about much. But all right, so it's good show, bro. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. All right. This is one of the reasons why we talk to. Listen, there's a couple guys I talked to. I talked to Jared Bell up in Baltimore. I talked to Armando Salguero down in Miami, who's now living in Tampa, believe it or not. I love him. He went to school with me, believe it or not, down at the University of Miami. Jason worked in Miami, and he's been with the National Football League for years. And again, here's my contention. Salaries are escalating so much. We were talking about Reed Blankenship getting $10 million. You're going to start paying good players exceptional money. What I think happened with that CBA a couple of years ago, when they did the split in TV 51-49 with the players, it used to be the reverse. I think the owners are now looking at that going, wait a minute, these salaries, you're going to pay $40 million now for an edge rusher. They're escalating at a crazy rate because of streaming, because of gambling, and because of TV contracts. Okay? So the NFL owners, and I'm going to read this one last thing here before I get my friend up here.